If what you're truly seeking is to have a strong and balanced personality, there's a rule you need to start applying right now. The law of reversibility. This law, in one of its most powerful forms, states that when we do something to help others feel more valued, we are also elevating our own self-perception. And that's exactly what we're going to explore today. We're going to discover simple but highly effective ways to make the people around us feel good about themselves, and how that, without you even realizing it, improves the relationship you have with yourself. Plus, there's something that's often overlooked. The connection we have with others directly affects our physical and emotional health. When we connect well with others, we live longer, have more energy, are happier, and even get sick less. And the most important thing you can do to improve those relationships, thank you, is to make others feel valued. Making someone feel special is the secret ingredient to creating authentic bonds. It always has been. A very wise woman named Mary Kay Ash explained it with a beautiful metaphor. She said that every person we meet wears an invisible sign that says, "Make me feel valuable." And even though we can't see it, we all carry that message. What she did was act as if she could read that sign. She treated others as if they were important. And the curious thing is that by doing so, she also felt better about herself. Because when you make someone feel good, you lift yourself up too. Before we move forward, I want to ask you for something that might seem small, but has enormous power. Go to the comments and write this phrase: "From this moment on, I start working on my personality to achieve success." This isn't just about leaving a comment, it's for you. It's a way to plant a seed in your mind. It's a declaration that reminds you that you decide even when everything around you seems chaotic. And when you repeat that phrase, when you make it part of you, it will become your shield in tough moments. It will be that push that lifts you up when you feel tired. It will be your inner voice when fear tries to hold you back. Write it right now, and let's start this journey of personal change together. Now, let's get into what truly transforms. One of the things that most damages the way we see ourselves, and that also affects others, is speaking from criticism that hurts. That way of pointing out mistakes without compassion, without the intention to help. Many of our fears, insecurities, and complexes were born from that. From harsh words we heard as children, from comments that stuck with us and made us doubt ourselves, words that instilled fear of failure, of not being enough, of feeling less. That's why you need to start erasing hurtful criticism from your life. Don't use it with anyone, because every time you criticize from judgment, you're tearing down the value that person has. You take away the ground from their confidence, you make them feel worthless. Just by breaking that habit, you already become someone more likable, more respected, more loved. It's incredible how much your environment changes when you stop speaking to destroy. And there's another important thing. Open up your way of being. Don't be one of those people who always need to be right. I'm telling you this from experience. When I was younger, I always won arguments. I knew a lot. I prepared myself. No one could beat me in a debate. But that left me alone. People started pulling away. No one wanted to spend time with me or invite me to anything, because every conversation with me turned into a competition. And even though I thought I was winning, I was actually losing valuable connections. A very simple way to avoid that is to shift your focus. Instead of wanting to be understood, start by trying to understand the other person. Ask yourself what's behind their way of thinking. Why do they feel the way they feel? Use a very powerful strategy called indirect effort. Instead of imposing your point of view, first connect with theirs. Sometimes that's worth more than any argument. When a person hasn't fully matured, their most common reaction in a complicated conversation is to want to impose themselves, throw out arguments, talk nonstop, as if winning the discussion would earn them respect. But someone with a more developed personality understands that the best thing is to pause, observe calmly, and try to discover why the other person thinks and feels that way. Maybe, and it wouldn't be surprising, the other person has a clearer reason or a perspective we hadn't considered. There's a phrase that sums it up well. If you manage to convince someone against their will, they'll still think the same way. In other words, imposing doesn't truly change anyone. One of the most powerful principles in personal growth is learning not to resist. This concept was taken to the extreme by Mahatma Gandhi, who achieved something enormous, freeing India from British control without using violence, simply by practicing non-resistance. An entire empire was overcome with firmness, but without direct confrontation. That was an incredible life lesson. In my first marriage, I discovered something that many people learn when they start living with someone. Arguing becomes almost a habit, sometimes over simple things like schedules, tastes, or plans. But over time, I understood something that changed my life. If you see a fight brewing, the best thing you can do is give in, open up to the other point of view, and prevent it from escalating. It's not about losing, it's about gaining peace. I applied this and it has worked wonders for me. And if there's one place where all this has to start, it's at home. That's the real training ground for becoming a better person. Emmett Fox summed it up very directly. If you ever need to be tough, let it be with a stranger, but save your best manners for your family. And how true that is. Sometimes we're super polite with people we don't know, and when we get home, we let it all out. Complaints, criticisms, bad attitudes, precisely with those we love the most. And that has to change. The next step to truly connect with others is learning to accept. When you stop criticizing, when you're no longer trying to win arguments, your way of being becomes kinder. Accepting someone as they are fulfills one of the deepest human desires, to feel valued unconditionally. From the moment we come into the world, what we seek most is the love and approval of our parents. And even as we grow up, that need doesn't go away. Deep down, we all still want to feel accepted. And how do we show acceptance? With something as simple as a smile. Every time you smile at someone, you're telling them without words, I see you, I respect you, you're okay. In fact, when two people meet for the first time, the first thing that happens isn't a conversation, but a nonverbal connection. A look, a gesture, a posture, all of that signals whether there's acceptance or rejection, and that signal can be activated with something as simple as a sincere smile. Even a forced smile, according to studies, can make us feel better because it activates positive chemicals in the brain. So smile, even if you don't feel like it. Do it until it becomes natural. Smiling changes your mood and that of others. Then comes something just as important, recognition. Showing appreciation boosts people's self-esteem, almost like raising their emotional temperature. It's like a ray of sunshine in someone's day. And the best part is that you can do it with just one word. Thank you. Say thank you often. To your partner, to your kids, to your friends, to the waiter at the restaurant, to your coworker. Say thank you until it becomes part of how you speak. Gratitude has an invisible but immense power. It lifts spirits, strengthens relationships, and also makes people want to be around you. The men and women who achieve the most in life, who earn the most respect, are usually kind people with good manners, who know how to treat others well. Sometimes on TV, they show successful people as cold or bossy. But in real life, that doesn't work. No one collaborates with someone who mistreats them. True influence comes from those who make others feel good. So be kind, value what others do for you, and never stop saying thank you. Thomas Carlyle once said that you can tell how great a person is by the way they treat those with less power or status. And he wasn't wrong. That brings us to a powerful tool for connecting with others, admiration. Admiring isn't just saying something is good, it's recognizing what's valuable in the other person. Maybe that person is very organized, always delivers on time, or has an admirable work ethic. Maybe they have something nice, like a well-maintained bicycle, a stylish shirt, or an office decorated with care. We all place immense value on the things that are part of who we are, whether it's a quality, a skill, or even something material. When someone notices and acknowledges it, they feel good, they feel important. We love it when people appreciate what we have, what we do, and who we are. And if someone sincerely says to you, I love your work ethic, or I really enjoy how you tell stories, that fills us with energy. And here's something key. Don't fake it. People can tell when you're just saying something out of obligation. It has to be genuine. Abraham Lincoln summed it up with a simple but powerful phrase. Everyone likes compliments. And it doesn't matter if you're talking to someone with millions or someone just starting out. A sincere compliment always lands well. In fact, often the people who have achieved the most are the ones who most appreciate a word of recognition. Because yes, we all need to feel admired, no matter what level we're at. Another incredible tool for strengthening others and ourselves is giving approval. This means making the other person feel that what they do has value, that who they are matters. Feeling approved is a basic human need. Deep down, we all want to know that what we do is worthwhile. There's a very accurate definition of self-esteem. It's the degree to which a person feels worthy of being valued. So when we approve of someone with our words or actions, we don't just encourage them, we give them confidence, we give them identity. Napoleon said his soldiers didn't fight for money, but for recognition. They risked their lives for a medal, for a symbol that said, "You are brave, you are important." You have that power every time you recognize something in someone else. Now, for that approval to have a real impact, there are 3 important things you can't forget. First, it has to be at the right moment. Don't wait hours or days. If you see something good, say it right then. The closer the praise is to the moment something was done well, the more impact it has. Second, make it clear and specific. Saying "good job" isn't enough. Say exactly what you liked. "Your presentation was excellent," or "I loved how you solved that problem." That helps the other person understand what you value and makes them more likely to repeat it. And third, do it in front of others whenever possible. A public compliment not only uplifts the person receiving it, but also inspires those who hear it, because the opinions of others matter a lot. Often we're not who we want to be, but who we think others see us as. So use that influence for good. And we come to one of the most powerful elements for making someone feel good: attention. What is attention? It's looking, listening, being truly present. Because we always pay attention to what matters to us. If you want someone to know they're valuable to you, listen to them with intention. Look them in the eyes, give them your time. Here are some practical tips to achieve this. First, listen without interrupting. Listen with patience, with a desire to understand, not just waiting for your turn to speak. Second, when that person finishes talking, don't respond right away. Pause for a second. That shows respect, shows you're processing what they said. And third, ask questions that dig deeper. Don't assume, don't finish their thoughts. Instead, ask things like, "And how was that exactly?" or "What made you feel that way?" That not only shows you're paying attention, but that you genuinely want to connect, understand, be there. Because at the end of the day, listening well is one of the most powerful acts we can offer. It's telling the other person you matter. In these times when everything moves so fast, many people feel like they're falling behind. The pressure to be someone or achieve success is stronger than ever. We're bombarded with images of perfect lives, perfect bodies, perfect jobs, and of course, when we look at our own lives with their problems, mistakes, and gray days, it's easy to feel less. It's easy to think we don't have what it takes to succeed. But the truth is different. Success isn't about what you have. It's about who you are. And that starts with your personality, the way you think, speak, and treat others. Developing a strong, authentic, and positive personality is what truly opens doors. Because a person who inspires trust, conveys confidence, knows how to listen, and has empathy will always find opportunities, even when things get tough. The problem is that many of us grew up without learning this. We were taught to compete, to compare ourselves, to seek approval from the outside. And that's why we go through life as if we have to prove something all the time. We want to be seen well, respected, loved, but we forget the most important thing: loving ourselves first. A successful personality starts there. In stopping the constant self-criticism, in learning to value yourself despite your flaws, in recognizing that making mistakes doesn't make you less, it makes you more human. And every mistake, every stumble can become a lesson if you choose it to be. Today, many people are struggling with insecurities, anxiety, lack of motivation. They feel empty even if they have things, disconnected even if they have thousands of followers. And that happens because they haven't worked on their inner selves, because they haven't stopped to ask, who do I really want to be? When you start building a strong personality, you realize something powerful. You don't need to impress anyone, you just need to be you, but the best possible version of you. That version that chooses to be kind when others are harsh, that chooses to listen when everyone wants to talk, that keeps going even when afraid, and that shines through. People feel it, because the energy you give off depends directly on how you feel about yourself. If you value yourself, others sense it. If you believe in yourself, others start to believe in you too. Now, it's not about pretending. It's not about smiling all the time or acting like nothing affects you. It's about being authentic, having the courage to show yourself as you are, with your lights and shadows. Because when you're real, you create real connections. And that's worth more than any perfect image. A successful personality is also built with habits. It's not magic, it's daily practice. It's deciding every day that you're going to work on yourself, that you'll be a little more patient, that you'll control that urge to criticize, that you'll learn something new, that you'll have honest conversations, that you'll listen with your heart. And yes, sometimes you'll fail, sometimes you'll react badly, you'll have days when you can't even stand yourself, but that doesn't mean you're not growing. It just means you're human. The important thing is not to give up, to keep trying, because change doesn't happen overnight. But if you keep moving forward, you'll get there. In today's world, with so many stimuli, distractions, and external voices, developing a solid personality becomes a superpower. It's what will keep you grounded when everything feels like chaos. It's what will give you calm when things don't go as planned. It's what will open doors that titles or money can't. So if you're hearing this, it's not by chance. It's because something inside you wants to grow, wants to improve, and you can do it. You don't need to change everything at once. You just need to start right now with a decision, an action, a different word, a kinder thought. One more step toward the you that you know you can be. Because in the end, success isn't measured by what you achieve, but by the person you become while achieving it. Now, developing a successful personality isn't just important, it's necessary, especially today. We're living in a time when many people feel lost, disconnected from themselves. Sometimes we feel like no matter how hard we try, we're not moving forward. We give and give, but get nothing in return. And that, little by little, dims our spirit, our desire to grow. Many carry guilt from the past, mistakes they haven't let go of, words that marked them and keep replaying in their heads over and over. Others live with fear of the future, of not measuring up, of not meeting others' expectations. But let me tell you something important. None of that defines who you are or who you can become. Having a strong personality doesn't mean being perfect or having it all figured out. It means that despite everything, you choose to move forward. You decide to be brave, even with doubts. You fall, but you don't stay down. And that's what separates those who succeed from those who give up. One of the big problems today is that many are seeking validation in empty places. Social media full of filters. Lives that only show the good stuff, but don't tell the hard parts. That creates enormous pressure. It feels like everyone's succeeding except you. Like everyone's moving forward except you. But that's not true. Everyone has their own process, their own pace, their own struggle, and you're on your way too. That's why it's so important to work on your personality, because that's what no one can take from you. The way you think, decide, face challenges, and when you cultivate a firm mind, a grateful heart, and a positive attitude, you can weather any storm without losing your essence. Now more than ever, we need authentic people. People who speak with sincerity, who aren't afraid to show their emotions, who dare to be kind in a world that's often cold and distant. People who inspire just by being themselves. And that's built with small actions. Getting up early, even if you don't feel like it. Listening to someone without interrupting. Being punctual. Being honest. Keeping your promises. Complimenting someone for their effort. Saying thank you. Apologizing. All those things that seem small are the ones that, over time, build a strong and valuable personality. And I also want you to remember this: you don't have to do it all alone. Surround yourself with people who push you, challenge you to grow, tell you the truth when you need it, but are also there when you fall. The people you surround yourself with have a huge impact on who you're becoming. Avoid those who dim your light, who only criticize, who complain about everything. Those environments drain your energy and pull you away from your best self. Instead, seek spaces where you can learn, where you feel heard, where you can be yourself without fear. And if you're watching this video, I want you to know something: you're already taking a step. You're seeking to grow, to improve, to move forward. That says a lot about you, because while others settle, you're here investing in yourself. And that's admirable. Remember that real change starts inside, not with big things, but with small decisions repeated every day. Decide today to be a little more patient, a little braver, a little more you, because if you do, you'll start to notice how everything around you changes. Thank you for staying until the end of this message. I truly value that you've dedicated these minutes to yourself, to your growth, to your transformation. Not everyone does, but you did. And that already puts you on another level. If this video helped you, inspired you, or gave you clarity on something, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. That way you won't miss any new content. We'll keep sharing ideas, tools, and reflections to help you build a life with purpose, meaning, and true success, the kind that comes from within. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep growing, keep believing in yourself, and never forget, you have everything you need to be your best version. See you soon.